The runway now?
It's right there.
Yeah, just to the right.
It's small, huh?
Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to descend about 1,000 feet to 1,000 feet, fly over the runway, and then do a right turn back to Hoquiam, VOR, and I'll give you guidance for that.
1,000 feet?
So level off at 1,000.
Above the airport?
Yeah, above the airport. We're not going to land, we're just going to fly over it. So bring your nose up to 1,000. Good. And then as soon as we're over the middle of the airport, we'll turn.
Okay.
Westport Airport traffic. White Cessna overflying the airport, and we'll be turning to the northwest. You can start your turn towards the beach. And a little bit more power just for safety. You can put in 2400 as you're turning. It'll help you to turn better with the more power. Then we're going to go to the beach and take a right along the beach. This is the whole town of Westport here you're seeing. And see that lighthouse there?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's a beautiful place to visit. I like visiting that. There's a Westport lighthouse. And then there's a bike path and a boardwalk along the water here, which is really nice. Why don't you turn towards that ship, aim right for that ship, the big ship. I'll give you a good view on your side.
Okay.
Practice for turning and holding your altitude. Very good. Seattle Center, November 520 Papa Lima, 3 miles south of Hoquiam VOR, requesting IFAR clearance to Tacoma Narrows.
520 Papa Lima, squawk 4642.
4642, 0 Papa Lima. Very nice. Go about 10 degrees to the right. That way is to stay within gliding distance. We can go up to about 1,200 feet, maybe 1,300. Let's try 13.
520 Papa Lima, you're able to maintain your own terrain instruction clearance through 3,000.
Affirmative through 3,000 for terrain and obstacle 0 Papa Lima.
520 Papa Lima, radar contact 2 miles south of the Hoquiam VOR, reaching 3,000, clear to the Tacoma Narrows Airport via as filed. Climb maintain 7,000.
Abruptly upon reaching 3,000, cleared as filed to Tacoma Narrows. Climb 5,000. Okay, so we're going to climb up. Full power.
At this direction?
Yeah. Full power. Pitch up 10 degrees. Up to 5,000 feet.
5,000.
Yeah. Turn right to a heading of 040. Are you climbing? Up to 5,000.
040?
Yeah, 040. Up to 5,000.
Delta 1819, route discrete. Delta 1819, contact Seattle, approach 125.6. 125.6, Delta 1819.
Back in the clouds. So about 10 degrees more to the right. There's just a shallow bank, very nice and slow, there's no rush. Back to 0.
South Center, good morning, lost 209, checking in, flight level 327 for 240.
Lost 209, Seattle Center, descend via the Hawk 6, arrival landing south Seattle, altimeter 3026.
Sometimes it can be kind of bright inside the clouds.
The Hawk landing south, lost 209.
You can turn 5 degrees more to the right to 045 would be perfect. Almost out of the clouds. How about that? Wings level right there. It's perfect. Nice job there. Whew. Perfect. nice feeling popping out of the clouds like that?
Kinda.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's cool, yeah.
That's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
I think if Allison was here, she probably wouldn't really appreciate it as much as you or I would. Yeah, what are you doing flying in the clouds like this? We can climb more gently at 5 degrees nose high. That'll give us a little bit better visibility and a little slower.
And where do I take my
full power?
Power at 5 degrees?
Yeah, right. And keep your heading at 045.
045.
All those forest fires again.
Seattle Center, good morning, citation 34, Sierra Tango 288, descending 240.
Citation 340, Tango, Seattle Center, roger.
Hopefully you're having some fun and you're learning at the same time.
Oh, very much so.
I'm trying to balance that a little bit.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Overdo it. Just something that may be fun for you on our climb is you'll notice by changing your pitch you can change the climb rate. So why don't you try to pitch for a climb rate of 400 and see what that would be like. This number right here?
Yeah.
You'll notice if you pitch down, the climb rate will change, or pitch up, it will change. Usually when you pitch up, it'll be more climb, pitch down, less climb. So try to just adjust the pitch for 400, and that should be more efficient for us on a climb out, and we'll actually go faster. We got about 1,000 feet to go. And then for a change, try to do 600. See what it would take to get a 600-foot climb rate. So you pitch up a little bit, and you notice this has a little bit of a lag to it. So you have to kind of be gentle with it, kind of baby it along. And turn 045. 600, good. And see if you get 800. So that's usually the range. Yeah, we usually do between 400 and 800. So that's a good skill to have to be able to adjust your climb rate. Now you can do whatever climb rate you want. Just keep it going to 5,000.
2985 contact, Seattle approach 125.6.
25.6, Delta 2985, good day, sir.
Uh, 45 should be perfect.
340, Tango, descend via the Olympia 2, arrival landing south, Seattle altimeter 3026.
Descend via the Olympia 2, landing south for Sierra Tango. Alaska 879, 9,300 for 15 down.
Alaska 879, Seattle Center, climb maintain, flight level 340.
Flight 340, Alaska 879.
Pull off at 5,000.
5,000, good.
345, flight level 340.
United 34, Seattle Center. United 345, United 345, Seattle Center, roger, thank you. Hawaiian 21, contact Seattle Center 132.07.
3207, Hawaiian 21, aloha.
Doing a good job there. Just remember your power setting too. For this altitude, we can do 2,500. But normally,
2,500?
Yeah, for the high altitude.
Seattle, good morning, Alaska 353 is with you out of 320 for 240.
There's Mount Rainier over there.
Seattle Center, good morning, descend via the Hawk 6, arrival landing south, Seattle altimeter 3026.
Descend via the Hawks, arrival land to the south on 3026, Alaska 353.
You can do your test and just let go of the controls and see if the nose isn't moving. That's perfect. Nice job there. And of course the ailerons will move though. On right tank for a while here. We've only used 9 gallons, it's not bad. 43 gallons left. So we're a little bit high, so we can descend back down to 5,000. Or the nose a bit.
Morning, Seattle, Alaska, 1746, 11, 1 for 15,000.
1746, Seattle Center, good morning, climb, maintain flow, tree 50. Turn left,
turn
heading
to about 0.
0.
I think 042 is actually pretty good there.
350, heading 200, Alaska, 1746.
We can pull our power back to 2,500.
1746,
Just a little bit, yeah. Back to 2,500.
Roger, we can actually see them out there too, 1746.
Roger.
About 53 miles to go. According to this, we should be there in about 26 minutes.
Compass at the 806, contact
Our flight plan view.
Seattle Center, 132.07.
3207, good day, Compass 5806.
Pretty warm up here, huh? Outside it's 58 degrees. At 5,000 feet, that's pretty warm.
Alaska 209, contact Seattle approach 125.6.
256, Alaska 209.
Right now, if you had an emergency, how would you keep your wings level and altitude with the autopilot?
Go ahead and do it.
Go ahead and do it, yeah. Step 1, right? Step 2, good. All right.
That's got 300 feet.
Actually, see, whatever you do with this, it doesn't change anything because it's maintain this altitude. So the other stuff is just irrelevant, basically.
So
if you're in this mode, if this... see ALT, that means it's going to keep altitude. If you see vertical speed, that means it's going to go up or down. So that's more the advanced class. But as long as it says ALT, that means it's going to hold altitude.
right now,
You don't have to do anything except power. And then, just as a trick, see what happens when you put in more power. See if it holds altitude. And let's look at the airspeed too. Probably what will happen is that you'll have to pitch down a bit, and then the airspeed will start picking up.
Landing, South Seattle, altimeter 3026.
Because we got more energy and we're still holding altitude.
oh, okay.
Conversely, if you want to slow down, let's pull it back to 2,400 and see what he does. Back to 2,400, he's going to have to pitch up to maintain altitude. He's probably going to slow down. Now he's losing a little altitude, but now he's going to realize he needs to get altitude back. And then the airspeed's tending to bleed off. Going down below, pretty soon below 100. But when you're on autopilot, you can just adjust the power for your airspeed. For, whatever, for efficiency of your fuel and things like that.
It'll stay on the heading as well. It'll make
on the roll mode. Now, if you want on the heading mode, you can press this button right here, heading. Go ahead and press that. It'll turn to whatever heading you have in here. So if I turn this to like 045, it'll turn to the right to 045.
on an emergency when I hit autopilot.
Yeah, it initially comes up with what's called roll mode. And roll mode is not a specific heading, it's just trying to avoid you turning. But if you want a precise heading, then you can press heading mode. But then you have to make sure that this is set properly, because if you have it set over here, it's going to turn way off course, like it's trying to do right now. See? And that didn't take very long, did it?
Oh, it didn't.
Then if we want to go faster, let's go back to 2500. Get about 047. I'll show you another trick. Once you're on the purple line and you're on your nav course, you can actually press the nav key. So see what happens when you press the nav key. It now says it's in nav mode. So what it's going to do, see this purple line here, all the way to Tacoma? It's going to keep you exactly on that purple line. The trick is that only works if you're already on the purple line. Like if you're over here, it wouldn't be able to how to get over here. You have to get it on the purple line, and once you press nav, it'll keep you on the purple line. In a way, this is really good for a long trip because you don't have to worry about the wind changing or the up and down drafts because you have it on altitude mode nav. So all you really have to worry about is the power, keeping enough power so it doesn't stall. So it keeps going at a, and also the rudders, because you'll notice if you press right or left rudder, go ahead and see what happens. The autopilot doesn't control rudder, so you're the one that controls the rudder to keep the ball centered.
330 for now for 879.
Alaska 879, climb, maintain flight level 330.
330, Alaska 879.
Just want to give, even though it's not an official class, just want to show you how much safer it can be if you know how to use the very basics of the autopilot. Let's say you're tired of nav mode and you just want to go with heading mode. All you have to do is press heading. Then if you want to turn 5 degrees to the left, just move this 5 degrees to the left, see what happens. It's going to do a gentle turn to the left and it'll go to your new heading. This takes a while.
Where does it show where the heading is?
Right there.
That's the heading, okay.
That's the desired heading, and then this is the actual heading. If he's a good autopilot, he'll keep it within about 1 degree. Let's put in a heading of 5050.
050?
050. Perfect.
Center Alaska 1746.
We got two choices here. You can either do some more practice hand flying, or do you want me to teach you more about the autopilot, or just relax and enjoy the view?
I'll let the autopilot, but I'd like to learn more about what the autopilot is.
Okay. Good, so I'll get permission from them to climb, and I'll show you how the autopilot can climm for you. Seattle Center 520 Papa Lima requests block altitude 5 to 6,000 for training.
520 Papa Lima, contact Seattle, approach 120.1.
120.10 Papa Lima.
Seattle Alaska 831, 10.64.
Seattle approach 520 Papa Lima, 5,000.
Sir, 520 Papa Lima, set foot, thanks. Advising of the weather to come in there.
0 Papa Lima Wilco, and we would request a block altitude 5 to 6,000 for training, if you can fit that in. Appreciate it, thank you.
0 Papa Lima, roger, block altitude 5,000 to 6,000 approved.
Block altitude 5 to 6,000, 0 Papa Lima, thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to climb with the autopilot. And the way you do that is you press this button right here to take it off of altitude mode and on vertical. That button.
I'd like to do the radar.
You'll see it says vertical speed. Now you press the up button 5 times. You get to 500. One more time. So now it's going to climb at 500 feet per minute, and you give it full power to help it out. Full power. Then if you want to stop at 6,000, you just dial in your desired altitude here. So dial in this big knob for 6,000. And it's done. So you'll see it'll take you right to 6,000 and then it'll level off. The only thing you'll need to remember is once it levels off, you'll need to pull the power back. Because the autopilot has no control of power or rudder. But it does do a really good job with the elevator and the aileron. Let's see how George does.
306 Tango, turn rating 330.
330, 06 Tango.
You notice right now we're off course just a bit. So to get back on course, let's put it on nav mode. Do you remember how to put on nav mode? Yeah. There, and we confirm, yes, it is in nav mode. So if this wasn't saying nav, then even though we pressed this, it's not willing to cooperate. But now it's willing to cooperate. Nav mode, vertical speed, 1,000. little easier than you having to climb, right?
Right.
Got Mount Rainier over there. Beautiful.
Great 913, set departure, ready to contact. Great 913, the climb instructions are the same for all wireless approaches, fly runway heading, fly maintain 3000.
It's always a good idea to keep track of what he's doing. As he gets closer to 6,000, we're going to make sure that he doesn't bust the altitude.
Okay.
If anything goes wrong, all you have to do is press this button to disconnect it. Or you can also press this button to disconnect. But notice now this has changed from vertical speed to altitude, so that means that he thinks he's captured 6,000.
Okay.
And that we just need to make sure we agree with that. And once we agree with that, then we can set the power. We can set the power for about 2,500. So it looks like it's pretty close. But as he levels off, it puts the nose down, we may need to adjust the power.
Go ahead and put it to 2,500.
Just give him a little time to adjust, because he's still adjusting.
913, turn lapping 020.
He can start pulling out a little bit. To maintain a little less than 25. Yeah, 2,500 is perfect. Nice. So that's how you fly with the autopilot. Let me give you a quiz to see, can you descend me to 5,000? Just use the same steps, but minus. So the first step is turn off altitude mode.
Altitude mode,
yeah.
Okay.
And you confirm you're in vertical speed mode, and then hit the down key 6 times to get minus 500. You notice there's a minus sign there. Minus 500. Good. Pull the power back to about normal, 20,000 for descent.
22, how far?
2,000 usually, like for descent we usually do 2,000.
Okay.
And then you arm the altitude by putting in 5,000 here. So turn this little button right here, turn this to 5,000. And it says armed. The altitude is armed for 5,000, vertical speed mode. And then set your power for about 2,000. And the only other thing you have to do is make sure he's doing what he's supposed to do. And the key for this autopilot is to know what mode it's in. What confuses people is they don't know the difference between vertical speed mode and altitude hold mode. So right now it's in vertical speed.
913, turn lapping 340.
It's going to continue descending at 500 feet per minute until it reaches this altitude.
So 500 climbing or descending is
a
standard feet per minute.
Now you can do more or less, but if you give it too much, it may not be able to do that. It may stall the aircraft.
Got it.
It's not going to be able to climb at 2,000 feet per minute.
Right.
That's just a fool's errand. It'll eventually pitch the nose up, and it's too dumb to know that it's going to stall. It'll just go right into a stall.
Right.
Let's say you want it to descend at 300 feet per minute. All you have to do is press this button a few times. So press this button a few times.
Up.
Yeah. And go to minus 300. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
So now you've shallowed it out. Now you might want to do that if you just want to take a little bit more time, or you get more shallow.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Basically, whenever you press these buttons, you're just adjusting your descent rate, as long as you're in vertical speed mode.
Right.
If you're in altitude mode, then all bets are off. You're just holding out.
06 Tango, turning 360.
Okay, now we can put in our regular power, 2,500 power, because we're about the altitude there.
What would happen if you didn't put the RPMs to 2,500 and you just left it at 1,000?
It would probably fly very slowly, like maybe 80 knots. So you would make it, but it would really be slow and take a lot of extra time.
Right.
Yeah. Almost feel like if you were flying in the pattern, on your turn from final to base, kind of a slow fly. It's not a bad thing if that's what you want to do.
2,500 RPMs is the cruise.
For high altitude.
For high altitude.
And for low altitude, it's what I told you on the ground is about 2,400. That's about the range, yeah.
And it's that because, what does it have to do with the altitude?
Because when you're at high altitude, the air is thinner, so the engine is not as efficient. So to maintain a flight profile, you need more energy because you're dealing with a more harsh environment where there's not enough oxygen to the engine. It needs a little bit more power to overcome that.
Gotcha.